A decidedly disgusted look appears on her face as if I were rotting garbage. Excuse me. Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Mystic Destinies, Serendipity of Aeons. We are here, currently fighting Sunaka now, because Hikaru isn't waking up, and Haruka is, being the mom she is, going crazy because her son won't wake up, because he's, quote, dead, unquote. I'm not too sure. I throw myself at his body, protectively covering him with my own. Again, everything seems to happen all at once. I see Gallons raise his hand at the same time as Sunaka brings a whip of light down toward me. I don't care. I'm immortal. I'm fine. A bright light. Did I actually get killed this time? Or I hear Sunaka's all too familiar scream of rage. I blink the spots away and... It's my baby boy! Oh, look at him! He's here! He's here! I'm so happy! Hikaru? He just had to take some time to wake up. Oh my god. It was like show. Took him a while to wake up. Oh, this is such a beautiful CG art. Hikaru stands in front of me in his god form, glowing with divine light and surrounded by winds. How? How are you alive? Before I can fully comprehend what the hell just happened, I have a strange sensation of shifting somehow, of time itself ceasing to exist. I look around and realize that we're now in that place. In the nowhere place? The place I almost faded away into nothingness, Sunaka's realm, outside of time. The only people who exist here are me, Sunaka, and the god that I still can't believe is actually Hikaru. And the first thing he does is like chuckle. His heh. The man actually smirks. You look pretty pissed. I guess you're just not that good at murder. No, it's definitely Hikaru. An eerie calm suddenly overtakes Sunaka. She gives a crazed, lopsided grin. I'm so sorry. I promise. I'll do it right this time. Sunaka creates countless light particles with her hand, each one seemingly moving at her will. The light dances around her before she pushes her hands out, directing the light to shoot off at Hikaru as if they were missiles. Ooh, that's a pretty sword. Hikaru holds out his hands, summoning a katana-shaped sword of light. He deflects them by creating a gust of wind with a slash of his sword. Where am I standing or floating in all of this mess? Sunaka laughs. We're in my realm now. Time and space itself bends to my will. Does a piece of half-human trash like me really think you have any chance at all? I blink and Sunaka is falling behind Hikaru with another whip of light. I instantly raise my hands, raising an invisible barrier with it. The goddess's whip comes down on my barrier and it collapses. But her light whip dissipates on contact. She looks at me for the first time as if just noticing my presence. A decidedly disgusted look appears on her face as if I were rotting garbage. Excuse me. Hikaru turns around to look at me, smiling. Oh. I get a sudden urge to cry, but I shove down the lump in my throat and raise my hands in a battle stance. He does, because he's not alone. I know you probably brought him here just to watch him die again, but things are different this time. I'll save Hikaru this time. And just who are you exactly? At first I didn't think you were Shizuka. But it's clear that I've insulted the witch. Oh, don't worry. It's whatever. You're just a pathetic copy, aren't you? A fake of the real thing. No, I'm her daughter. Whatever, man. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts when she says that. But look at Hikaru floating behind her. I remember his words from that night. I look back at Sunaka. You want to know the name of the woman who's going to stop you? Fair enough. My name is Michiko, and I am the last sorceress. Sunaka frowns and starts to summon some kind of light, but Hikaru immediately slashes at her with his own light sword from behind, forcing her to jump back. I take the opportunity to send bolts of lightning down at her, but before I can, she's suddenly behind me, but the air around me goes crazy, turning into a cyclone that knocks Sunaka away. He glances at Hikaru and it's clear we've got each other's backs. Well, I would hope so, because I went through so much trouble for you. I get it, she can warp space-time, so we have to protect each other and try to keep her off guard, or we're dead. It's terrifying to say the least, but my own anger and determination to save Hikaru drown all that out. I can't help but think of Haruka's crying face, or Hikaru's last words as he sacrificed himself to seal Tsuneka in the past. I won't mess up this time. I won't let him go. Hikaru quickly moves in on Tsuneka, slashing at her with his sword. I begin to understand that this is a fight that could literally go on for eternity, them being gods and me being immortal. Except that my body is still human, I still get tired. Tsuneka creates a spear of light just as I keep yawning. Hikaru's sword crashes down on her. With a strange clang, the two divine weapons clash against each other. The force of the impact sends Hikaru a few steps backward and Tsuneka's spear to dissipate. Desperately, I rack my brain trying to think of some way to get out of this alive, and hopefully without any missing limbs. Why? Why is she fighting us anyway? Why does she hate us so much? Is it because she's insane? The goddess screams and pulls at the air, creating another sphere of light that she immediately throws at Hikaru. I push my hand upwards, creating an ice barrier in front of Hikaru. The sphere lodges itself into the ice, but it doesn't come close to going through it. Oh, thank God. Before Tsuneka can react, I create a whip of fire and whip it at her. As it wraps around her, I pull, tightening it around her. No, she said we stopped her from avenging Tokyo. I guess I really did, now, but why was she killing humans anyway? She struggles against the fiery vine, and I see the orange flame slowly turn white. The whip turns from fire to light and dissipates in one brilliant flash of light. My ears ring and my vision is blurred. I can hardly see anything in front of me other than a bright light heading towards me. I quickly blink away the haziness to see a sphere of light heading right for me. I rush to throw up a barrier, but even as I do, the sphere goes right through it, stopping only a few centimeters from my face. Tsuneka happily cackles away and conjures up yet another spear, tossing it at me with unrestrained glee. Bro, does she... God, never mind. I was gonna say, does she get tired? But she's a goddess. She's a very powerful one at that. Hikaru rushes forward and their weapons clash with that same strange clang. He knocks the spear out of the air and it flies somewhere off to the side. Hikaru then charges at Tsuneka. She conjures yet another spear, but Hikaru moves so fast that she only has time to block his attack. He pushes down on her and she jumps back, almost stumbling backwards, that's words. Jeez, the two move in for another attack. Okay, got plenty of time. Hikaru and Shizuka said he was likely killed by gods or with an artifact. Normal humans probably wouldn't have that, so coming with an idea quickly, I decided to take a chance. Tsuneka! What if I said I knew who killed Tokyo? Would you stop all this madness? Tsuneka pauses at the mention of Tokyo's name, and Hikaru stops mid-attack. He instead holds his light sword defensively. I'm guessing he figured out what I'm doing. In a hoarse, shaking, and pained voice, Tsuneka points a finger at me. If you're fucking with me, you will die, witch. Ignore her insult for the sake of our only chance to continue. 500 years ago, after Tokyo was murdered, you killed humans. Why? I was... the grief. My... anger. Seeing that she's beginning to lose her tenuous grip on her emotions, I quickly continue on. Can a human kill a god so easily, though? I don't know how it happened, but... Limply floating in midair, Tsuneka interrupts me in a hollow voice as if in a trance. He went out. He went out to help them. I found him dead. A pool of his own blood. A divine knife. His eyes. Humans surrounding him. Tsuneka's head falls, as if all of the life had drained out of her. She's completely silent and I find myself unable to speak. I can't see her face anymore, her hair is covering it, but in a tiny voice she continues to speak. Why did he have to die? He was so pure, so bright and beautiful. When he was happy, he radiated light. He was so kind. Everyone loved him. He didn't deserve it. I'm the horrible person. No one's ever really cared for me, except him, my beautiful, precious love. It should have been me. When I felt like I had lost Hikaru so many times, I've only begun to comprehend the pain and despair that Tsuneka must feel, but even a fraction of that is too much to bear. That's when Hikaru's deep but gentle voice echoes through the space. I can't give you a clear answer, but you might have been deceived, goddess. The gods are a treacherous sort. It's more likely that they were the ones who took Tokyo away from you. Huh? Tsuneka looks up now, with tears streaming from her face. She looks more like a hopeless little girl right now than a powerful goddess. Doesn't it make sense? Your reputation in the divine realm, you've said it yourself. That's why you chose to live in other timelines, isn't it, instead of in that realm? Humans back then were terrified of gods. It's very unlikely they would have outright killed one. But other gods... Yes, you're right. Suneka's power receded back into her, and I let out a sigh of relief. Those bastards! They've always had it out for me. I know part of it was because they were jealous of my power, but that's such a petty reason to kill my love. And in the end, that would mean his only crime was loving me. Tokyo was murdered because he dared to love a miserable person like me. We're at an impasse. Suneka has stopped, but I find myself unable to just leave her like this, even if it would let us. Why don't we call Galen then? If anyone would be able to help you with these answers, it's him. Galen. Fine. I'll find out if you're telling the truth. I mean, humans can't kill gods, so I'm half right about that. Suneka takes a deep breath, but when she calls out, her voice seems to lack all energy. Yo, emo grandpa. I know you don't have anything else to do, so that means you're listening, right? Then just come here already, Suneka adds with a tired smile. I even left the back door open for you. No. In a blink of an eye, Galen stands before her, wordlessly looking down at her tiny form. Hey, I got a question for you. And if I don't like the answer, well, you know what? I don't think I can care anymore if you do kill me. I'm tired. Tired of fighting. Tired of feeling like shit. Tired of hurting people. Then speak, O Weaver of Time. I need to know the truth. Who was it that killed Tokyo? I suspect it was the gods. Do you know of anyone in the divine realm that might have hated Suneka no Mikoto enough? Galen tilts his head, his aura flaring so suddenly that I can barely stop myself from stumbling backwards. More than you might have guessed, it seems. But there are 3 in particular that seem to have left traces of their auras in the area where Tokyo was killed. It is a little unusual for 3 gods to be anywhere near such an event as the murder scene of another god, no? If you know who they are, just say it. Galen looks at the tiny goddess, who seems to be growing increasingly annoyed by the second. The trio is one you happen to know. Shall I summon them for you? Suneka wordlessly snaps her fingers, bringing forth 3 cloaked figures in the middle of our odd little circle. What the heck? They all look at each other and then around at us in confusion. It's like snap, she gets whoever she wants in her realm. Demetrius, Soto, and Carabal. 3 weakling sacks of shit. It's honestly hard to get angry at such inconsequential maggots. You bitch. You're still alive? Why have you summoned us here? Do you think we have time to waste? We were in the middle of a council vote. Doesn't matter. You're dying here right now. Pfft, yeah, you gods and your damn voting on every freaking thing. I know I shouldn't be surprised, but you have a lot of nerve for bugs that are going to be squashed. Most do tend to posture in these sorts of situations. They immediately stiffen upon the god's words and take a better look at the company around them. What is going on? What's going on indeed? You're hanging out with the god killer now? Your preferences have managed to fall even lower. Ugh. Guess what, dude? You're dying. Suneka throws out a hand and Demetrius' hands go to his throat. The only god killer I'm talking to right now is you. What? You fucking heard me. You killed Tokyo, didn't you? All 3 of the gods cringe at the force of her words. An explosion of power emanates from Suneka and through the gods, holding them all perfectly still. I try not to think about it, but I'd been the victim of this once before when she stopped time. Answer me! It seems like you've got your mind made up. So why should we answer you? If you tell me why you did it, I might consider letting you go. You really think we'll believe that? What options do you have? You 3 are low-tier gods. I think I could even take you in a fight. Just try it, freak. Don't call my boy a freak. He's not a freak. Shut up. You have the honor of speaking to me, so you damn well better pay attention. The hooded gods fall silent, and I feel thankful for the first time not to be on the receiving end of Suneka's wrath. I will ask you once again, why the hell did you kill Tokyo? Because it would hurt you. What? You wanted to know the answer, so we told you. You were nothing but trouble in the divine realm, prancing around with your oh-so-special time magic. So disrespectful of everyone and the rules. Did you really think we, as self-respecting gods, would let that go? We thought we'd teach you a lesson you wouldn't forget. Really? Your lesson is to kill the person she loves? So she goes even more insane? Punish that damn arrogant attitude of yours. It doesn't matter how weak you think we are. We're still your elder gods. We deserve respect. We knew you'd go nuts on the humans and break all the rules. We figure you get exiled or your godhood stripped or killed, whatever the council decided. Anything was better than spending thousands of years with your shitty attitude playing jokes on everyone. The council is working on deciding what to do with you when the half-human and sorceress sealed you away. Solved our problems for us, neat and tidy. Thanks for that, by the way. Wow. The cud nods to Hikaru and I feel my fist tighten into a ball. You were just using everyone? And then you blame the humans for it? Sonaka's voice is barely above a whisper when she finally speaks. That's why Tokyo was gone? Because you were tired of me. You're disgusting. How dare you call yourselves gods? Yeah, you disgustos. Freaking low-tier gods. They're just hating, okay? Now we know the whole situation. Now I have, like, my hatred for Sunaka has depleted a lot. And now I feel incredibly upset for her. Because they killed her lover. Only because they wanted to get back at her for being, like, immature and playful-like. I don't know what she did in the other realms for them to do that. I just guess they don't want her time traveling too much. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
의미 없는 감정 소모해 반복된 시속 속에 이젠 난 지겨워지려네 반복된 시속 속에